water cycle. Because today I want you all to, we're going to use our iPads. Please stop making noises. We're going to use our iPads to create a story. I used to have my children just write a story, little paragraphs about the water cycle and each of the components of the water cycle, how it gets from one area to another, the water. But this time, since we have our iPads, I thought it would be really great for you to go ahead and do either a PowerPoint or a Keynote or a iMovie. And so I went ahead and made a couple of examples just to show you kind of where we're going. And I gave you a storyboard. There's 6 boxes, so I would like your water molecule to travel through about 6 of the components of the water cycle. So what we're going to do is we are going to take what we know, the different components, and we are going to become a water molecule. Okay? You're going to become an individual water molecule. If you notice on the top of your storyboard here, it says name of water molecule. You're going to be able to name your water molecule anything that you want. All right? And just a second. Go ahead and pause for a second. We just went over the processes of the water cycle as a review. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how I started my story. We have decided on our water molecule name, many of you, and I want to show you the start of my story. And I chose whatever template on Keynote. There's several different templates you can choose from, and I'll show you those in just a second. I named my water molecule because this is where I would like you to go. All right. And now my life this winter just consisted of me floating around the pool. Then spring happened. All right. So my location number 1 is the swimming pool, correct? Now, the next step. Then my friends, Wanda and Lolly, water molecules. And I realized that each day we were moving faster and faster. The sun was heating us up. Then, all of a sudden, we began to separate and rise into the atmosphere. We were evaporating. And you see, all I did is the same thing. We have taken images off of Google, and we've saved them off of Google before, right? Okay. And then, what's going to happen next? I evaporated, and then as we rose higher and higher into the atmosphere, we began to slow down and come back together in the form of a cloud. This is called condensation. As more and more water molecules rose into the sky, the cloud became heavy and precipitation. Now that was the end of my slide, so I want to show you how easy, and some of you have used Keynote before, but those who aren't as familiar with Keynote, all I have to do is add a slide. So I'm going to click on this little plus sign here, and I've already gone in and saved pictures. So I'm just going to pick how I want my slide to look. And I have a couple of pictures for this next part. So I think I'm going to choose this one. I'm just going to click on it, and hopefully it'll work. And it'll pop in there. And I want to change the pictures. So I'm going to click on the little plus signs here. Alright, and I already saved these into my camera roll. And I found some precipitation there. And I did find another one, so I'm going to use this one. And because it's going to go flowing nicely into my next part. Now, if I don't want this picture, like I don't have another picture for that right now, delete it. I'm just going to delete it, maybe. Delete it, and I don't want it. But now it looks kind of weird, right? So I'm going to, alright, I can do something like that. I can just move it around. I can change the size of my pictures if I want. Alright. Right. And I can make this bigger if I choose. Alright? And so I'm going to write something along the lines, continue with my story. I precipitated, I rained, we precipitated and rained, and we tried to say Alright. But it was hard to be Alright, I love it. I rained down, Wally, Wanda, and I played Marco, Polo, on our way down. Alright. But you can also, Keynote is not the only option you have to do this. You can also do an iMovie. Okay? And so I started a very basic iMovie trailer. So I went in here and I would definitely probably change up my template if I was to do this again very quickly. But I went ahead and the water cycle production, I took the same pictures that I just used with you. And of course I want to make sure that my video and my Keynote both have all the parts that I need. I need to know what the components are. That is the main objective. Alright, so now it's getting into things that I need to go back and delete. The president, the dog. Oh. Alright, so I used a already made template and I'm just plugging stuff in. So I'll go back in and change things up. So, for instance, I want each one of these things and change it, and it will change it to whatever you want. So it said high def productions. I changed it to the water cycle productions, Miss Shoes, water cycle productions. You can change it to whatever you want. Spring is in. The sun is heating up. The water. Alright, and this is 4 kids in a crowd, so I would change this, and there's several different templates, so we can click out of that, and if I want to change, let's do theater, right? Alright, so I'm going to go in here, I want to choose trailer, and look at all of these different trailer choices. Alright, you can choose whichever one you want. As long as you have all the components of the water cycle, you have a storyline that goes along with it, and you need to follow this paper. But you can choose any of these. Somebody asked me, can we do a scary story? Yes, you can do a scary story. Okay, you can do a scary water molecule story. As long as you tell me all the components of the water cycle and you put them in order. And what we'll do is I'll walk around and help anybody that needs help. But do you have any questions right now, Alan? I don't know. I'm sure that you could do something along those lines there. There's several different ones. Superhero. You could have superhero water molecule. Any of those things. So a narrative would probably be a great one. Questions?
You started your journey, Kristen. I like the water molecule in there. That's cool looking.
Wait, what do you think?
Alright, so you guys are doing the movie instead of the movie trailer, so you're setting it up on your own? Okay, cool. I like it.
This one longer and that one longer.
So the way that you do transitions is, say you want to make this come in a different way, maybe. There it is. Tap on it. Now hold it and tap on it. There we go. Transition. Click on that. And then you can change it up however you want. So just start playing around with them, see, hit play, and I'm going to show you how it comes in. Alright, you gotta give it a second.
Oh, you can just
So, it'll come in like that. Alright, and then you can do the same thing. You see the little triangle there? That means you have a transition. And then this none button, you can add. And so now, once you're in transition mode, you can go ahead and add your transitions to all of your slides. That was cool. I like how you can change up as many as you want. What's the close list? Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that one. Alright, very good. Alright, is there anything else? What are the options? Oh, okay, so your transitions, how fast you can actually have the whole video go without you having to click on each one. So you could set up how fast you want each slide to be in like duration. Yeah. So after previous transition, how do you want it to go? Right, so in between each, you'll have a 0.25 seconds. That's kind of fast, probably. So what you'll want to do is, well, you will probably want more than that, just because you want to be able to read it, right? You got to give them enough time to read it.
So probably more because if you say probably like 5, like that's
Yeah. That gives most people plenty of time to read, I would say. Very good. Alright. Let me know if you need anything else.
Alright.
Thank you.